Hello everyone, welcome to the replay. Thanks for joining me. I'm early today because I have a football game. I told y'all that last night. So if you're catching me live, awesome. Thank you for joining me. Otherwise, I hope you're enjoying the replay. So I've got a quick card for you today. I've already pre-cut a lot of the pieces just because that's the easy part that you guys pretty much understand without me having to show you every time I cut little strips and pieces. Let me see here. I am going to share this over to the group. And, oops, there it goes. There it goes. We got it. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 of the textured leaves from my favorite stamp set called Textured Leaves. I'm using the smaller ones just because I'm only going to take a portion of them as it is. And then I did take the Happy Fall from the Autumn Blessings stamp set. So I also pulled out the Stitched Squares thin cuts, and I cut these small squares. They're about 1.5 inches squared, and then just 3 different cardstocks at about 1 7/8 squared. Would that be 7/8? No. 5/8. 5/8 squared. So there's those measurements for you. And so I've got just 3 sets. I also have one of my old cards that is in a cream color instead of the white daisy. We don't sell these anymore, but I still have quite a stash, and so I'm trying to use them up. But you could use the same French vanilla cardstock and make your own, or you could even use a craft cardstock or a brown or whatever color you want to use for a coordinating background. I do have this strip of pattern paper from our Mix-Ins collection, and it is about 1.25 inches wide by 5.5 inches long. I am going to do my card horizontal instead of vertical today. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, you caught the live. Yes. Hey, Karen. I have a piece of craft cardstock that's about 3/4 inches, just to go a little above that to extend our bottom, but not too much. And then I've got 3 matching strips of the squares so that I can do my sentiment, and maybe then just like a little extra flags or something behind, just for a little, I don't know, technique, just for a little treatment to add a little bit more color down here. So we'll figure that one out as we get ready to do that. The first thing I can go ahead and do though is I'm going to stamp my Happy Fall, and I'm going to do that in espresso. I'm not doing any embossing today. Let me turn on the light. It kind of feels a little dark here. Sorry about that. Hopefully that is better for you, and you can see what I'm doing a little better. So I've got the Happy Fall, and I'm just going to ink it up with the espresso ink. And I am going to put it over to the right-hand side of the strip, because I know that when I get ready to put that on, I like my sentiment to be towards the right. That's just a personal preference. There's no rhyme or reason for that. That's just my own feelings on that. Sometimes centered, sometimes left. Just depends on the card, I guess. So let me pull out my 3 squares here. And I'm going to do a rock and roll technique. I think I've shown you all that before. Let me show you the colors I pulled out. I've got Toffee, Sundance, Paprika, and Avocado. And the rock and roll technique is just where you basically ink it up in one color and then kind of roll the edges in another color. so that you can have some different color going on. Probably though, like if I do part of this in the yellow, I might be able to do part of it in the orange. And just kind of do it from, get it from the end of the pad. And then maybe even some green. And if you roll that little edge of your stamp, you can see where I've picked up some ink. And I'll just stamp it over here on the side so you can see what you would get. So you'll get all these colors going. And you can just kind of decide how you want to ink that up to get those colors. I start with my light so that if I mix it into a darker color, it doesn't show up and it tends to blend away easier. So you're just kind of tapping it into the color that you want to pick up. And you can see the yellows and the paprika, the Sundance, the paprika, and the avocado in there. And so I'm just going to stamp it onto my cardstock. And what I get is what I get, basically. See, there we go. So on some of these, I might just get a portion of the leaf. And I understand that. See, because this one is way bigger. So I'll just try and get the tip, you know, part of it. And I think I want some of this color. What is it? The toffee. And some yellow. And some orange or paprika. And so I kind of feel like I'm going to get a little bit of variation here. And we'll see what we get. Oh, it's pretty. That yellow and orange and the toffee really mixed in. And then I've got this long skinny leaf. I don't know what kind of tree this would come from. I know, I went backwards. I went in the paprika first. I think I'm gonna get only so much, so I'll probably do 2 on this one. And maybe here, I'll do the yellow first, and then the paprika. There we go. And so that's one technique to get, you know, a little bit of the various colors. Because when leaves change, of course, sometimes you can see that it's not consistent in color. And so this technique is great for showcasing that. Okay, so there we've got our 3 squares. Everything about this card's going to be super simple. I'm just going to mount those onto the cardstock. And the last one. So this little guy really got his whole, he got to show off everything. Okay. And so now we can start putting our card together. that. Oh, you know what? I do want some of this string that I got at Walmart. Let me see if I can unravel it. I lost the end. Okay, there we go. But I'm not gonna wrap it around. I'm just gonna staple it. Just gonna staple it and adhere it with like that. Did that catch? Enough. So I just need to space those right about the amount that I want them to kind of match. Scissors. I'm not even going to cut them flush because I think I like the idea of them sticking out a little bit. But I'll go right there. And, ooh, sorry. Get some adhesive all the way across. There we go. That looks about straight. I do know I've got a little bit of an extra hanging off the edge here. If I could see, there we go. Everything else looks good. Okay, flip that back down. I'm gonna use some foam tape for those squares. Just because I think we need a little bit of lift on them. And I'm just using my Office Supply foam because it's so much wider. I can just stick one chunk on the back of that. Okay, so see here, oh, maybe that guy goes in the middle. Okay, let's see where I'm gonna put this. I think I need it to go right above since I have the string here. I'm gonna dovetail it, and that's a pretty long dovetail. Okay, so the orange, a little bit longer. And I'm just going to do that at an angle. And the yellow, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think I can cut that at a dovetail. So, just trying to get them all lined up. Put that up there. Let's put this orange down first, and we'll build it from there. So I'm going to go down as far as I can to those strings. And then I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape on this too, since it is kind of the main piece there. There we go. Now we can see all three colors. And when we add these, we still have a little bit of space. We have plenty of space. Okay. A moment of truth, because maybe I should do this end first. These are pretty. These came out pretty. These thin ones with the double. I don't know what leaf they are. So I'm trying to make sure I space them before they get too sticky. Oh, they're stuck now. That looks even. Ish. It looks even-ish. So that's what I'm gonna have to live with. I am gonna add a little bit of shimmer brush into the leaves. I'm using the clear. Now I do have colored shimmer brushes that I could probably use on some of these colors, but I don't want them to be dyed with any of that extra ink. But I do want these to shine. So far, I can see the shine that it's adding. It's subtle, but it is definitely there. I think I'm getting to the end of my barrel. All right. That's all I'm going to do to it. I don't think I need to add any bling to it. Let me see if I can show you if any of that shiny stuff will show up. It's there. It's totally there. I promise. There you go. You can see some of it there. A little twinkle. You can definitely see how the what is it? Sundance and the paprika and the toffee mix in. See the orange, the yellow, the browns. And then there's the avocado, the green, the paprika, and the Sundance. And then here, the Paprika and Sundance. And see here, we did the yellow first and the paprika second. And then here we did the paprika first and the yellow second. But very good. That's all I've got. Quick, easy card today. Definitely a great design that you can duplicate for whatever stamp sets you have. If these can be the same 3 icons that you have. It can be different parts of the same thing. It can be in different colors. These pieces can be cardstock. They can be pattern paper. This part can be one bigger part. And of course, these can come down, you know, depending on where you put your string or if you even put string. So this design definitely is duplicatable for whatever stamp design you want to use. If in fact you had scraps of pattern paper, you could even make these squares 3 different pattern paper pieces to show off the paper. So maybe you have Christmas paper and, you know, one had trees, one had snowmans, one had Santa hats. You wouldn't even need the stamp. You could just use the pattern paper. So you could also put stickers on those 3 different stickers or 3 coordinating stickers, whatever the case may be. So a good idea for a design that you can use over and over. Thanks you guys for joining me today. I appreciate y'all watching. If you're watching on the replay, thanks for coming in and watching it even though I wasn't live, but we will see y'all tomorrow for another card. Have a good rest of your evening and a good start to your weekend. Bye-bye.